Hi folks, and welcome back to Red Rover. This week's video is an amalgam of several trips that we've taken over the last few months to Gold Butte National Monument. We hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please give us a like. If you'd like to keep track of our videos, please subscribe. And now, let's buckle up, get ready, and enjoy the adventure.
Hello, it's Corinne and Shawn, and we're out on the road.
Yep, we're heading out to Gold Butte National Monument. It's near Mesquite, Nevada. It's actually about an hour and a half drive from our home and really makes a great weekend away location.
Yes, when we're home based in Las Vegas, it's about a 3-hour drive from home.
And we're going to take you with us today. It's going to be a kind of a fun drive in. It's beautiful country. It's beautiful, clear day today, and we should have a great time.
Yep, we're hoping to do a little bit of landscape photography near sunset, and we might do some moon pictures tonight because it's getting close to a full moon and it's rising pretty early in the evening.
Which makes it really terrific time to actually do that. And work a little bit on the lazy side when it comes to those sorts of things. So if we can do it and still get to bed by our bedtime, it's a perfect evening.
Yeah, it's got to be a spectacular star evening to stay up past our bedtime.
Yeah, it's really got to be over the top to make us stay up past our bedtime, especially if it's cold and past our bedtime. So anyway, well, we hope you enjoy the video today, and let's get started.
3.
Gold Butte National Monument is pretty easy to get to. As I said, it's not too far a drive from Las Vegas, and it's also very close to Mesquite and St. George in Utah. However, once you get there, you're going to find that you're going to want a four-wheel drive, high clearance vehicle, because a lot of the roads are extremely rough and very rarely maintained. For example, our destination for both of our trips was the Little Finland area, and in order to access that area, you drive through a series of washes that, as you can see, are very, very rough. The trip to get there, though, is absolutely worth the effort. The scenery is spectacular. On our first trip, we stayed in an area called the Corral, and then on our second trip, we went into the area that is more commonly called Little Finland. Hi everybody, we're out hiking now. We've got our packs on. We're starting to head into the little valley that is the Little Finland. Looking forward to finding some nice compositions for golden hour and sunset. Then maybe a little later we might do some moon photographs, right?
That's the plan.
The canyon was absolutely gorgeous, and here is a short tour. So the sun is set over the mountain, and Corinne and I are now just waiting for the moon to come up. It's going to come up about 5:45, and right now it's just about 25 after 4, so we've got a little bit of a wait, which is not unusual for landscape photography. It's not unusual for us to be sitting out here for a couple hours waiting for the sun and the moon to come up, or the sun to go down and the moon to come up, or vice versa. So we're just going to be sitting here for a little while and eating a couple oranges, having a little drink, and we'll talk to you again later. So here's the shot we were waiting for tonight. Moon finally came up at about 5:15, and it really came in exactly where we expected it to come, so it was really terrific. And then finally, even the rocks got nice and glowy for us. So it was a really terrific evening getting out here and taking some shots. From the corral to the area better known as Little Finland, it's about a 4-mile drive over fairly treacherous roads. You're also going to see a lot of four-wheelers as well.
Hi folks, we're here in Gold Butte National Monument. It's a bit of an overcast day. We're getting ready to take a short hike this afternoon and go out and see if we can capture a little bit of sunset color. It's not looking optimistic, but we're going to see what we can find out there.
Over the next couple days, we did a lot of hiking in Little Finland and took a lot of photographs of the various structures. So before we get to our evening of photography, here is a little survey of all the really cool and interesting structures in Little Finland. So far the light's been pretty disappointing. There's been a heavy layer of cloud that's come over. We're hoping it'll thin out by the horizon. In the meantime, I saw this really nice pattern in the rocks here behind me, and so I thought I would work on a little micro landscape and eliminate as much of the sky as possible and do the ridges going up towards the horizon up here. So I'll show you what that looks like. So I've set up my tripod quite low to the ground, and I've worked on finding a focus point about 1/3 of the way into the picture, and I have about an aperture of f/16 using ISO 100. My lens is a standard 24 to 105, and I'm at approximately 30 millimeters from my focal length. So I'm down close to the rocks, trying to maximize the textures that are visible as the rock slopes upward toward the horizon. So with the light being so gray and flat, and well, actually that's not entirely true. We're getting a little tiny bit of reflection off the clouds as the light's way over on the horizon now. It's just way over there. And we're getting a little tiny bit of light getting through, and it's reflecting off the clouds. But instead of shooting the structures, I decided to come over and shoot some of these little potholes. They're very cool, and I just love the way the lines work through the shot. So I'm going to try a few more of those.
So I've come up to a bit of a plateau, and I've set up my photo for the sunset to be facing west, and I have this large rock structure as a prominent feature with the hills in the background. And hopefully there might be a little break on the horizon there, and we'll get a little bit of color on the underside of those clouds. We're about 30 minutes from sunset.
So while I wait for the light, I noticed that the clouds up behind me are getting a little bit more dramatic, and thought I'd try to use this to my advantage. So I'm using this kind of interesting window structure to try to frame the clouds and sort of try to get a little drama in the clouds behind me. Now, with a shot like this, because I'm shooting into the light, I'm having to take several exposures. First of all, I'm exposing for the rocks. Then the area around here, because the light seeps through and makes this brighter. And then I'm exposing for the clouds.
So, how was sunset tonight, Shawn?
A little disappointing. Mostly fought with the flies. Got a little tiny bit of reflected light about half an hour ago. Did find some really nice intricate designs in the stones that I really enjoyed and spent some time photographing those. But otherwise, it's pretty much looking like a bust tonight.
Yep, we're right at sunset, and it looks like the clouds are snuffing out what there is of any sunlight.
Yep. So we're both still set up just in case we get periodically you'll get just a little bit of color right as the sun goes down, and that's within the next couple 3 minutes. So if that happens, hurrah, we'll get something, but it's not looking good.
No, maybe our pattern pictures will be the success of the weekend.
Yeah, probably the pattern pictures will be the success of the weekend.
Okay.
Anyway, bye for now. Hi folks. Well, Corinne and I are enjoying our walk, but we are on our way back to Red Rover, and we'll probably start heading home in a few minutes. But before we took the road back to Las Vegas, we made 2 stops, one at Devil's Throat and the other at the old Gold Butte Townsite. Good morning. Corinne and I have driven out from the corral, and we're now parked at the Devil's Throat. And we're going to take a little walk around and give you an idea of what the Devil's Throat looks like. So BLM has fenced the entire sinkhole. It's actually a very rare natural sinkhole in the desert. And as you can see, the area is pretty unstable, so the fencing prevents people from getting too close and falling in. And it's actually a pretty long ways down. And now we're off to Gold Butte Townsite. On our way to the Gold Butte Townsite, we ran into a small herd of burros and spent a little time photographing them.
So it's a pretty long drive down the road to Gold Butte Townsite. So we've decided to have a little picnic lunch down here. We got our well-stocked van. We suggest if you're coming by car, make sure you stock with some cold beverages and perhaps some sandwiches or snacks.
Lots of water.
And lots of water.
Make sure you have lots and lots of water because it's pretty dry out here, and there's lots of opportunities to do some walks and a little bit of hiking out here on the ATV roads. So it's again, beautiful country, and you're probably going to do that, and you're going to want to stay hydrated. And as Corinne said, a nice little sandwich. We're having salmon burgers. So
and a little bit of salad so that we get our veggies.
Yep. There's not much left of the Gold Butte Townsite. It's still worth getting out and doing a little exploring, which we did that morning. The following are a series of short clips that we took during our visit.
Here's a small little cemetery with 2 marker stones. It's enclosed by an iron rail. These are likely remnants from mining equipment that have been left at the town site.
We took the short walk up to the mine site. The mine is pretty much gone. There are a few concrete pads, some pilings, and some graded over shafts. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our short weekend trip through Gold Butte National Monument. It was fun taking you out to Little Finland, Devil's Throat, and then stopping here in the original town site of Gold Butte. It's been a great weekend. The weather's been terrific. It's been great for camping, and we've really enjoyed taking you along.
If you enjoyed our video, I hope you'll hit the like button and subscribe, buttons below. And you can hit the notify if you want to know when new videos are being posted.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.